would like to start. And I would like to start by giving you our president, who will be represented by a wonderful gentleman who also led the Philippine Marketing Association about 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for Mr. Past President Vince Reyes.
Thank you, Faith. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, PMAers. Our current president for this year, Pinky, cannot be with us for understandably so to attend to some immediate matters. But I have with me her message, and please allow me to read it on her behalf. Pinky says, "It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you today in today's GMM and sincerely apologize for not being able to be physically present to speak to you due to the sudden loss of a family member. My biggest thank you goes to PMA's past president Vince Reyes for taking the helm and assuming all the tasks that I need to do for PMA today. In other words, I am her today's great Julalay. This general membership meeting is the 5th for the term 2016 and is a culmination of an enormous collective effort for this year's Agora Awards through the Agora Best Talks and the launch of the first ever Agora Way. I will not preempt the activities that are scheduled by detailing all to you now. Suffice it to say that a lot of individuals have contributed in one form or another to these endeavors, and we cannot thank them enough. To our new members, welcome to the PMA family. I encourage you to join the association committees and activities to share your experiences and proficiencies for a much better PMA. We still have a long way to go, and only through a joint effort will we be able to reach our fundamental goal of being the catalyst and advocate of best-in-class marketing practices. Thank you. Thank you, Pinky. Having said that, again, to echo Faith's message or opening, welcome to the 5th and the last regular general membership meeting for the year. The next one will be a GMM featuring elections. Now, this edition of the GMM features is a very special one because it features the Agora Best Talks. BEST stands for Branding, Entrepreneurship, Social Responsibility, and Technology. And we are privileged today to have great speakers, all Agora awardees of the recent year and the year before that. So, without much further ado, I turn you over to our very dynamic host for the morning, Ms. Faith Abad.
It's me once again. It's learning time. Aren't you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? I am, kasi this morning we have my goodness, two powerhouses. Are you ready to meet our powerhouses? Yeah? Alright. I hope I do this properly. Okay, I hope I do this introduction properly. Because he won last year. And I would like him to come back every time we invite him. Diba? Such a good-looking gentleman too. Alright. Our first speaker will be talking about branding, the first topic in the BEST series. Alright? He'll be talking about branding primarily because that is what his specialty is. Alright? He is currently the vice president for sales of one of the biggest. Well, silang dalawa malaki eh, so so yeah. It gets kind of awkward, no? Pagka magkatabi sila magkasama pa, one after the other. Yeah, you'll find out later why. Okay, one of the most respected marketing companies here in the Philippines. But he's been with this company for the past 22 years, but you would not see it on his face. Alright, when you meet him, you would not think you would think he brand manager lang siya. Alright, he's been with us with Unilever for the past 22 years, serving them here in the Philippines, in UK, and then in Thailand. And because of this wonderful performance, he joined the board of directors of Unilever in 2006. And last year, when he was vice president for home care and foods, he was awarded the Agora for marketing management. Ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to introduce to you a wonderful gentleman, Mr. Benji Yap.
I'll try to take the mic off so I can walk around. Okay, thank you very much, Faith, for the very generous introduction. Thank you also, PMA, Alpha, Vince, and everyone for inviting me today. It's been a pleasure and it's an honor. And nung na-award na kami last year sa Agora, akala ko libreng award yung marami ko lang talk na kasama dito.
Talk lang.
Oo nga to. Talk lang naman. Wala pa lang libreng lunch. Yeah, so memorable sa akin last year kasi when I got the award, it was also my birthday. So it was quite a good day for me. So quote-unquote na ako. Now, I was invited to talk about branding for today in the Best Talks. And when I emailed back, I said I wanted to tweak it a bit and say I want to talk about branding with a purpose, which is something very close to our trust in Unilever and something very close to my heart as well. So I hope today I can give a flavor about our philosophy about branding and marketing in Unilever. And also to qualify, to give a caveat that not all brands are there yet. We would not want to be not authentic and say we're perfect because it's a journey that we're trying to get into. But hopefully it can give you a bit of a flavor about what we believe in and what we would like to get into in Unilever back then as CSR. Before, when I was foods director in 2006, we would have, so foods would have Knorr, Lady's Choice, Best Foods, Lipton, Baton Royal Pasta, Alsa. So that portfolio was from the CMC group that when we acquired it, I was handling that group. And we would have sometimes yung mga Knorr feeding programs where we would go to Tondo, we'd go to Baseco, we'd go to other areas and we'd feed siguro 100 kids, 500 kids for a day. And that was back then what was our version of CSR. And we'd feel very good about that because we play with the kids for a day. It's like team building also for us. Come together and there will be press and newspapers and taking shots and it will be out in the papers the next day. But somehow that didn't feel quite. There was something that didn't feel quite right. And it didn't feel quite right that we were talking about a feeding program that lasted a day, that was broadcasted in the papers for millions to see, where I felt the authenticity was not there yet because it was one day event. And in as much as it made us feel good, there was a bit of a space in my heart where I wonder whether is that authentic enough or not. So that began a journey for me to try to reflect and see what a company can do to really make a difference in society. So I'll pause there and come back to that story later, but just share with you how the reflections start to happen for us. Okay, so I'll pause there and then I'll go to the presentation first. I'll come back to that later. I want to share with you the history of Unilever, how we started.